So the beast system, not the beast himself. The beast system is slowly unraveling itself, and it's starting to show its wings slowly but surely. The system of the Antichrist, remember, it's not one thing. That's why I've always deterred people from the ideas that the Seventh-day Adventist people mostly put out there. This idea of an Antichrist that is the Church of Rome. It's a deception. That is a deception. It deceives people because it keeps them looking at the wrong thing. How does Revelation talk about it? You'll notice Revelation says, in the torment, in fear of her torment, they will stand at a distance, crying out, "Woe, woe is the great city, the city of the mighty city of Babylon, for in one single hour her judgment has come, and the merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her, because there is no one left to buy their cargo." You see right there, the verse is telling you the people, the parties involved, because it will tell you where things are driving so that you can see the beast system unfolding. This verse shows you that, and more, because they no longer do business with her. This is how they benefited when this collapsed system. So it tells you the business industry will develop things that they benefit from, that the system will use. So now that you understand that, this will help me now break down the stories and show you how this system is unfolding, as I'm saying. Now, before we go any further into the story, if you're looking for an English teacher, please do email me. I'm not the teacher. I'm not the teacher. There's a teacher. And so do email me at this particular email right here, and I will forward your thingy. You can WhatsApp me as well. That also will do. But you can email them on this particular email that shows right at the bottom right there, flightenglishza@gmail.com, and they'll get back to you. Supporting this particular individual who does these classes supports this channel as well, so I highly appreciate. You can even recommend to other people as well. All right, so what exactly do I want to highlight on this one? The first thing that I want you to hear is the pattern, okay? So this part I'll put in this video. I won't put it in the second. Listen to the patent that Walmart, which tells you the technology that industry is now going towards to try and better advertise to you.
Walmart is not content with using facial recognition. They have a patent for emotional recognition. Because it's not enough to know who you are, it's not enough to know what you're looking at, but I need to know what you think about it as you're looking at it. And I wish I were making this up. They have a patent for emotional recognition to read the looks on people's faces and decide, does somebody look bored? Does somebody look happy? Do they look angry?
So you hear they are filing for a patent so that they can be able to recognize the emotional state of a person when they are looking at an item. Did you like it? And all that type of stuff. Now, this will not be foreign from some of the things that they've been doing. Now, you may be wondering, okay, Ricky, what is it that Walmart is doing that is such a big deal? If you actually spot here, someone went into the shop and spotted this.
Now, has a tracker. Everything that comes in the cart.
So that's a tracker below the cart that you use when you get to the shop. And they have a tracker right below that. They have a tracker right below.
So Walmart now has a tracker.
So that shows you how deep they're gathering information on individuals. Now remember, this is going to be very important. These are not government. These are third-party individuals seeking to gather data on people. Okay? So it's one thing when you enter a website and it asks to track your cookies, basically where you've been and whatnot and all that type of stuff. This is completely different. They're going as far as looking at what aisles do you go to how much time do you spell in these aisles? And out of those aisles, which might be a cereal aisle, how much time did you spend on a specific aisle, on a specific product? What kind of colors did the product have? What? All those type of things. They want all that data. They want all that data. They are not satisfied, as you heard him saying. They are not satisfied with just knowing that you bought, they sold 10 of these type particular products. They now have trackers so that they can know how you are moving about. Now, there's another clip here which is on televisions. That one is going to be on the other episode. And the particular one that I really wanted to show here is another one that I heard about not long ago. It's called Flock. This is another system. It's not government that's doing this. It's a third-party company that is looking to track people everywhere. It doesn't just track license plates. It tracks even the kind of stickers that a person has on their car. You could make the argument that it's government looking for information, but now you have third-party companies that are doing that. So this particular website that I'm on right now, it's called DFlock. Because remember, there's the Flock system. Then there's someone who started this website called DeepFlock. And DeepFlock, what it does, it tracks where are their systems. So basically, these are like cameras that they have, which have satellites on them. And they beam out this information and track it. So this is the website right here. And on the one that I have right now, you can see it's everywhere in the US. Now, if this system came out to to the rest of the world, it'd be crazy. Now, look at this particular area here. You can zoom. On the side there, it even has a number of how many are the programs, but that's not the focus. If you go, let's say, for instance, into one particular region, you'll see how much their system keeps surveillance. Number plate, it will tell you what stickers are on the car, what, you name it, everything. This particular system is crazy. It's gathering data on people, and they are everywhere. Now, there are videos of people damaging these things, and that's not what we are talking about. We're just talking about the systems at which they are. You can see where they've been put, where they've lodged them. They have set, they have these things for charging and whatnot, and those are the cameras. So these gather data and then sell that data for their profit. Now, they absolutely hate that someone is tracking their cameras. It's just saying, oh, they have a camera here, they have a camera here. They hate it so much. One of the founders made an interview, and this is what he had to say.
To fight for their point of view. And thankfully, we live in a beautifully democratic, capitalistic country where we can fight in court. And I have a lot of respect for those groups because they have reasonable debates and we follow the law. And then, unfortunately, there's terroristic organizations like DFlock.
Did you hear that? He classifies this particular website that only tracks where they are tracking people as terrorists. All they're doing, all these companies are doing, it's showing people how broad these programs are, how they are everywhere. And he classifies that as terrorists. Someone actually went out and tracked all the crimes that are reported and whatnot, and they were spotting what kind of investigations were being done: assault, stalking, warrants, suspect, wanted, suicide subject. So basically, this is telling you homicide, criminal investigation. So this person went out and did a sheet that actually tracks what has this system been used for and who was using it. And so you will see the people that are using it are governments. They help, but it's not that much. Okay, they say themselves that it helps, but it doesn't help that much. It's not like it's outside of what they were doing before. So what is it for? Surveillance. This is for surveillance. Watching people has become a business. And you see, once watching people becomes a business, that's exactly the system of Antichrist from which the beast system benefits from. A lawsuit against that company. Yeah, there's now a lawsuit. They're trying to launch a lawsuit against him, a cease and desist, over this particular website that tells you you can read the article right here. You can even go online and Google deflock lawsuit. What? It'll pop up. Why? Because they don't like this. They don't like not being given capability to track people or watch people for their benefit. They don't want that. So they would rather stop this project than have it up there. You heard how he describes it. He describes it as terroristic. That one is wild.
This TV right here is a Walmart tracking device to track you at home. Walmart bought Vizio Television. When they did that, they acquired millions of people's data. And more importantly than just the TV itself, they acquired the data system. They bought SmartCast and the data advertising platform that was owned by Vizio. So here's how it works. You pay $598 for the TV, you get it home, you unbox it, you plug it in, and you realize you can't operate it without a Walmart account. Actually, it says right here that a Vizio account is required for smart TV. And that's more than deceptive labeling, that's a straight up lie.
You'll be immediately redirected to set up a Walmart account.
And here's the sinister part, like I said before, it wasn't about buying the physical TVs, it was about buying SmartCast. Any Vizio televisions that have been manufactured in 2026 require a Walmart account. And look at the deceptive pricing scheme.
So basically, if you're understanding here, they're selling these televisions cheap in order for them to build a watch over people or surveillance even in people's private homes.
38 for the TCL 50-inch and 178 for the Vizio. SmartCast is the operating system that lives inside the TV. It runs all your apps like Netflix and YouTube. It controls your home screen. And most importantly, the ad data system. What it does is detect what you're watching, even from cable boxes, game consoles, or DVDs, and your cell phone connected to the Walmart app. Now they will tie in what you and your family watch, search, and buy to relentlessly market you into their store. Even more Orwellian than that, linking your TV to your purchases to your location. Now you are a probable target for personal product pricing adjustments set according to your needs or desperation. This is called dynamic pricing, based on your personal data. And the fact.
So they are now tracking people so that they can determine the demographic of people who are in this region. What do they buy? How large do they price? How far are they willing to pay? If they are tracking it straight to your cell phone, that tells you everything you need to know. So you might think, okay, so they have trackers on your movements in the shop. They have trackers on things. So what is the other person actually? The secret surveillance system that's been built in the stores. Now, she goes specifically to Walmart to explain exactly what I just explained earlier on. She explains that there are specific areas, if you go to the shop, you will find there are tracking devices around specific products.
Used to help you find nearby Target stores or in-store location through the use of your phone's Bluetooth signal, and sure enough, my precise geolocation and where I was in the store was shown in the Target app. I also brought with me my PortaPack H2, which is a full-featured radio transceiver to pick up the Bluetooth signals being emitted around me.
Now, this thing, it tracks when data is being transmitted. When data is being transmitted from one area to maybe a server or something like that. So some techie stuff, basically. When she went to Walmart, you see it just keeps beeping. New devices, new Bluetooth devices, which is beaming out data to a server somewhere else. There were shops she went to where there was nothing, but when she went to this particular store, it was everywhere.
Full-featured radio transceiver to pick up the Bluetooth signals being emitted around me. You see the Osmo Pocket on there. There were tons of iBeacons that are transmitting Bluetooth data. I then headed over to Lowe's, an unsuspecting store, to see if they were using the same surveillance tactics. And it turns out, from a quick Bluetooth scan, I did not see any iBeacons.
So you see, when she went to one store, she found them. When she went to the other store, there was nothing. Because those other stores, to just show you, they are tracking. They already have the systems that are tracking people. So how does this go back to the BIS system? As I explained, this is how the system will be able to track and make sure that people do not buy and sell. This is the system of Antichrist that's building in the background. It ties advertising, which will benefit the system, alongside with the system of the Antichrist. This is what it looks like. They're already building these things. And what is it that drives them to keep building these things? It's capital, money, that they benefit from the systems. That's what moves them to keep creating this type of things. Now, not only do they create this right here, what it will end up doing is that it will now show the successes that they have there will now transition over to other stores. Eventually, other stores will want the technology that they have, because they are building into patents for emotional recognition and all those things. Other companies are going to want that. Before you know it, it's their capital hunger, their hunger for money that keeps building the systems. It's not just the devil is just out there. It's that there are people who have this interest to make more money. And those desires then drive them directly into the hands of the system. So I hope this video has been beneficial for you to see and tie it back into the verse in Revelation, because it's very clear there that the merchants have something to contribute to the system of Antichrist. And I wanted you to see how, so that when we are talking about it later, you can see, you can tie it back into what you're seeing here. Now tell me your thoughts down in the comment section. It's the Reality Show. Other episodes down to it, they'll be down in the pinned comments. If you're watching this particular part on the Church Reality Check channel, the full episode where I show you the other parts of it, by the way, the lawsuit that is going against that particular company, which has opened for people to see how big the surveillance system is. Yeah, that one is going to be on the news channel, so you have to go to the news channel in order to see that. Other episodes down today, they'll be down in the pinned comments, and I'm going to see you later on.